Hello, this is video 8 for Math0302 beginning algebra chapter 2 section 2. In this video we're going to start out with negative y plus 3 equals negative 8. We want to solve this. Now notice that here it's a little bit different from what we've been looking at because we actually have another number here along with the variable. Now the problem is that we need to have something in the form of a times, we need to have something in the form of a times x equals b. In other words, we need a coefficient in front of x equals a number. Okay, that's what we're looking for here. To get that, we need to get rid of this 3 first. Okay, now this is adding 3, and how do we get rid of adding 3? Well, we subtract it. So I'm just going to subtract 3 from both sides. That means that I'm left with negative y is equal to negative 8 minus 3. Now, because they're the same sign, you add them. 8 plus 3 is 11, and they're both negative. That makes that negative. Notice that this is not the solution because this is a negative y equals negative 11. The only way that we can have a solution is if we have y is equal to a number. This negative is a problem. We need to get rid of it. There's a couple of different ways we can think of this. Most people think of just dividing by negative 1, and that's perfectly fine. In fact, that's what I'll normally do. Or if you don't like that, you can think of multiplying both sides by the reciprocal of whatever number is in front of y. In this case, it was understood negative 1, and the reciprocal of negative 1 is negative 1, because it's negative 1 over 1. Flip it, that becomes, here, let me write it down. Negative 1 is the same thing as negative 1 over 1 flipped becomes negative 1 over 1, which is, of course, negative 1. So that's the reciprocal. So you just multiply both sides by negative 1. And that's going to give you 11. I really wish I could write that a little bit better. Still not that great. And that's the best one. Okay, we need to check this, so plug it back into the original problem. That gives me negative 11 plus 3 equals negative 8. Negative and positive means we subtract. 11 minus 3 is 8. The larger of the two is negative, so that's a negative 8 is equal to negative 8. Fantastic, that checks out. There's your solution set. Now then, we want to look at 6b plus negative 11b is equal to 18 plus 2b minus 6 plus 9. Again, we're going to just combine like terms on both sides, which means we're going to simplify both sides of this equation before we do anything. 6b minus 11b. 6 minus 11, well, subtract because they're opposite signs. 11 minus 6 is 5. Label it as b, but notice that the largest is negative, so this is a negative 5b. Is equal to, and I'm going to start out with the b's first here. There's a 2b, nothing else here, so that gives me 2b. Then we have 18 minus 6 plus 9. What's 18 minus 6? That's 12. 12 plus 9, 21. Now we have negative 5b is equal to 2b plus 21. The problem here is that we have a b on both sides of the equation, which means we need to get 1b on one side of the equation. Now I could add 5b to both sides here and put the b's over here, making them positive, or I can subtract 2b from both sides. It's pretty much up to you. I really don't care which way you do it. Here's the thing. You have to show your work. As long as you show your work and tell me what you're doing, that's fine. So here what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to subtract 2b from both sides. So that goes away. The left-hand side is negative 5b minus 2b. So negative 5 minus 2 is negative 7. Still labeled as b. And on the right-hand side, notice that since I subtracted 2b, that goes away. I'm just left with 21. Now I need to divide by whatever's in front of b. In this case, negative 7. Or it's multiplying by negative 1/7, the same thing. So that means that b is equal to 21 divided by negative 7, negative 3. And this is the solution set. Now, to check this, we can always plug this back into the original problem. So it gives me 6 times negative 3 plus that negative 11 times negative 3 is equal to 18 plus 2 times negative 3 minus 6 plus 9. Now on the left-hand side, 6 times negative 3 is negative 18. Negative 11 times negative 3 is positive 33, so that's plus 33, is going to be equal to, I'm going to do the multiplication first. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6, so that's 18 minus 6 plus 9. So negative 18 plus 33, notice that you subtract, so over here I'm just going to do 33 minus 18, borrow 1 from there, make that a 2, put a 1 there, so 13 minus 8 is 5, 2 minus 1 is 1. So 33 minus 18 was 15, and the largest of the two is positive, so that makes this positive, is equal to 18 minus 6. 18 minus 6 is 12. 12 minus 6 plus 9 is what we have on the other side. So 15 is equal to 12 minus 6, which is 6 plus 9. And 6 plus 9 is 15. Notice that that checks out. Therefore, this is, in fact, the solution.